Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktarinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So thank you very much for coming for our Kaṭha Upaniṣad discussion. Just to remind you, we'll read previously few shlokas and then we'll continue. So we know that Vajrashravasa Rishi, Brahmana, performed the yagya, Vishwajit yagya, where he has to give everything in charity in order to achieve heavenly planets. And his son Nachiketa was there, young boy, small boy. And when he saw that father is giving this skinny old cows in charity, he was very much concerned that what destination father will reach. So he protested, he objected, he wanted to help his father, so he asked, to whom will you donate me, father? He spoke twice or thrice until his father angrily replied, I'll give you to dead personified. Mrityavetva dadamiti. I'll give you to dead. So he was very irritated. It was an unfortunate situation that father curses his son. And he didn't mean it, but he flipped out. He lost his composure. And this is what happened. So after that, Nachiketa said, of many who will die, I may be the first to go to Yama. Of many who are dead, I may be the middlemost to go. So this simple sentence spoken by boy, he gives us a lot of information that he was spiritually advanced. He understood that who is going to die? I'm cursed now to die. I'm going to be first one. But I'm not the first one who died. Already who are dead, I'm in the middle. And why he say middle? Because he knows many will die after me also. So he knows exactly what is dead. But he was again concerned. If I die, what kind of service I am? Or even if I go to Yamaraj, I'm a small boy, what will I do? How can I please this Mahabhagavata, this great Ishvara, controller of that? So we were discussing yesterday. So, and he was again telling to his father, just see what happened in the past and observe what will happen in days to come. Corn is cut down, cooked and eaten, is returned to ground as manure, being reconstituted, grows up again. So those that die repeatedly take birth. So he gives example of a grain, corn, whatever grain growing, comes up and dies. And again from seeds is resurrected again. So, and another reading of the text we read yesterday, reflect on how the ancestors were pondered, how present ones are now. That you think, now you're regretting cursing me, but better you stick to your curse, because in past nobody lied in our family, and by truthfulness only something good is achieved. If you speak falsehood, you will not get any punya, even little punya what we have, it will be ruined. So better you stick. You see your grandfather, great-grandfather, nobody ever spoke a lie. Nobody given up on what words they spoke and they changed the meaning or something. You stick to the truth. So Nachiketa is so advanced, they say, he's going to die. He could say, Father, why don't you change your mind? You didn't mean seriously, no? But he didn't say any of this. He said that you stick to the truth, don't feel bad. What you spoken should happen. Remember, Kunti said, Arjun, whatever you brought, you have to share with your brothers. And it was a girl, it was a wife. And it was an unusual one. No, but they stick to the truth. What mother spoke, it must be true. You see the Vedic concept, no? Yesterday I told you something and today I said, no, I never said. Even they sign agreement. No, what is this agreement? This is Kali Yuga now, so we're not discussing, okay, we know all of this. We'll discuss what we don't know. Okay, and then, now this is today's shloka, we will read. Okay. Vaishvanara pravishyati atithir brahmano grihan tasyaitam shanting kurvanti hara vaivasvatodakam. Nachiketa thereafter entered Yama's abode in the underworld and was received by the latter's wife. When Yama returned home, the lady said, so Yamaraj was not there when Nachiketa came, and he met the wife. According to this translation, you will see there are alternative translation, because the word wife is not really mentioned in the shloka, but it just makes sense from who spoke and what it's spoken. So the shloka translates like this. A Brahmana guest enters one's dwelling like fire. Such person has to be satisfied by cleansing his feet and hands and quenching his thirst. So please fetch water, O son of Vivaswan. So as soon as Yamaraj came home, the boy was waiting for 3 days. And he did not accept. There are different versions of the story, okay? Because there is something in Rig Veda, there is something in the Krishna Yajurveda, there is a story in Mahabharata. So different commentators use different research sources to explain the story. But basically what they say, that Yamaraj was absent from home and Nachiketa was waiting for 3 days for him. So now there are different versions of the story. One story is that wife could not offer anything because husband was not home. That is one version of the story. So Nachiketa did not eat or drink for 3 days. Another version is that although wife came and offered, he refused. That will be explained in a few minutes, why he refused. And another, this is from, I think this is, let me see who spoke which one. Yeah, and Madhvas, in their commentaries, they say, this is old gatekeeper is speaking. All elders in the family, they speak. When Yamaraj came back, Brahmana came and was not received properly. And Brahmana, look at this, Vaishwanara is Agni, one form of the fire. Vaishwanara Pravishanti. Brahmana is treated like a fire. He's like, when he comes to your house, he's like a fire. If you don't treat fire correctly, it burns everything. So if you offend Brahmana, all your punya is burned. So now, naturally you may feel that wife is speaking this. So there is no contradiction who is speaking, whether gatekeepers or elders in the family or the wife, but the message is same. Brahmana guest enters one's dwelling like a fire. Such person has to be satisfied by cleansing his feet and hands and quenching his thirst. Please fetch water, O Vivaswan. Fetch water means please him. No? When there is a fire, bring the water. Brahmana is here, is not satisfied, is not pleased. O son of Vivaswan, bring the water. Means please him. First you wash the feet, then offer arghya, which is a yogurt, barley and honey and some grains. Give him something to eat, worship him, bring paraphernalia for worship. That is a Vedic culture. Today, Yare, Yana Vishesh, who is there? What do you want? Why did you come? How long you will stay? Today, how we receive guests, Why you came? How long you will torture us? No? But that was not the old system. All right. So this is what happened, that wife was very much concerned that if you offend Brahmana, who is there? Yamaraj and his wife. These are controllers of the universe. They have very big devatas, which they have very big post in the universe. Even they are afraid to offend the Brahmanas. Just see the message. Just see the clear instruction now how Brahmanas should be treated. Of course, Brahman janati iti Brahmana. One who knows Brahman, that is Brahmana. It's not by birth Brahmana, and then we open, what is it? Iyengar bakery, and that is Brahmana. Not exactly, no. What is that? We had seen this Iyer tire service. Iyer tire service. Brahman janati iti Brahmana. One who knows the absolute truth, who knows God, and who follows, who is practicing, that is Brahmana. Not Brahmana by name, by birth. So those Brahmanas should be treated respectfully. Otherwise, we lose our punya. Pure devotees, if you neglect, if you offend them, you lose your punya. It's an offense, aparad. So this is discussed here. That, okay. Yeah, so some commentators say that Nachiketa refused hospitality of the wife, although she offered everything, because his father instructed him. There is another version of the story which says that when father cursed Nachiketa, he felt bad. He said, what will happen now? He's going to Yamaraj. So, boy, do like this. Go when you know that Yamaraj is not home. And when they offer you hospitality, refuse. Don't eat and don't drink for 3 days. Then Yamaraj will come and ask you some boon to counteract that. So you have some hope of coming out from these jaws of death. No? So these are all the stories, because you see in different Puranas, you have the same story described a little differently. Either happen in the different yuga, or it happened different kalpa, or it happened, or different emphasis is given. It's very interesting. In Mahabharata, this story of Nachiketa comes in Anushasana Parva. Bhishma is instructing what is the benefit of giving cow in charity. And this story is quoted. And these cows were so useless. And this story is quoted there. Why? Because there it said that boy died on the spot. He was cursed, fell down on the ground. And in subtle body, he was taken to Yamaraj. And Yamaraj showed him heavenly planets and other things we will see later on in Kaṭha Upaniṣad it comes. And then he saw the regions which will be attained by people who give cows in charity. And therefore story is narrated in Mahabharata to emphasize cow donation. Kaṭha Upaniṣad focus on, you see Upanishad, where it just focus on absolute truth. What is the nature of soul? What is the nature of God? How to attain? How to get moksha? But in Mahabharata you have this little bit material benefits also described. So the story is quoted for some other purpose. It's amazing. But when you put all stories together, you get a full picture. You might say like that, like that. So acharyas, they know what is the meaning. Therefore, we are following the commentaries here. So this is now naturally wife will be very upset. Guest is not accepting, is not treated properly. We could not receive him. Please, Yamara, immediately pacify him. That's the urge in this. So now also you can see that we get punya, and by punya we do things also. Unless you have punya, you will not get son. Unless you accumulate enough punya, you cannot have wealth. Unless you have enough punya, you will not get even human form of life. So father instructed Nachiketa, when Yamaraj come and ask you, oh Brahmana, what did you eat first day? First day, what was that? You should say like this, that I ate your offsprings. I ate punya by which you wanted to have your offsprings, your children. So I ate that punya of yours. Then when he asked, what did you eat second day? He said, I ate your cows. Means I ate all the punya by which you will get wealth. Cows means wealth. Cows means opulence. Cows means ghee, yogurt. Ghee means you do yagyas. Yagyas, you get grains. Correct? So everything is that. And when he asked, what did you eat third day? I ate your pious activities. And all your punya, whatever, everything is gone. So this was instruction by the Rishi. Okay. So to save his son, no? So, okay, the next shloka elaborates more on this point. Asha pratikshe sangatam sunritam sheshta purte putra pashums cha sarvan etad vrinikte purushasyalpa medaso yasyanashnan vasati brahmano grihe. If some foolish person keeps a brahmana in the house without feeding him, then his hopes, expectation, friends, reputation, sacrifices, charitable sons and animals are all destroyed. Wow. No? Don't offend devotees. Don't offend brahmanas. Real brahmanas, true brahmanas. Don't offend anybody, by the way. Why but not to offend brahmanas. No. Why we don't offend brahmanas? Why brahmanas are so important? Because They are dear to Krishna. Why they are dear to Krishna? Every jiva is dear to Krishna. But why Brahmanas are more dear to Krishna? Because they know the Vedas. Yes, okay, let's put it like this. When jiva comes from spiritual to material world, jiva comes for enjoyment. Okay. Brahmanas are also jivas like that. But their piety, their sense of enjoyment is much less than the people who are covered with tamagun or rajagun or a mix of those. No? They are covered, but they are covered with sattvagun. So, they are the most pious jivas in the universe. And what is given to them? Vedic knowledge is given. You preserve. Bhagavan is giving. The Vedas are key to moksha. Key of coming out of material world. They open door of Vaikuntha. So I am giving to the most pious people to preserve them because they are honest. They will not misuse them. They will not misinterpret them. They will not change them. They are truthful. They are the most qualified guardians of the Vedas. And by Vedas, everybody can be delivered. And they are guides in society. Their behavior, their standards, their opinions, their advices are taken by the kings. Their life is seen as exemplary for everyone. They are the learned people. They are the ones who decide what to do, what not to do. They are the ones to decide how to be promoted, how to use this human form of life. And they refer to Vedas. So Brahmanas are so important. No, Namo Brahmanya Devaya Go Brahmana Hitacha. The Lord is worshipping Brahmanas. They are representing Him. Another place say, God eats through Brahmanas. When you feed Brahmanas, it's like directly you invited Vishnu for lunch. Directly you fed Lord Narayana. Directly you fed Krishna when you feed the Brahmanas. And pure devotees, of course, they are even higher than Brahmanas. No? So this importance is so much because not for nothing Brahmanas have that superior position in society. And king will maintain them. They will not work. They don't have to bother how to maintain the body. They don't have to grow their own food. They have so much important work. Why we serve our Guru? Why he cannot wash his own clothes? He can wash his own clothes, no? Why he cannot cook himself and wash pots? He can do. But point is, if we can do these manual things, he saves his time to speak Harikatha, to deliver others, to benefit others, no? You know, surgeon can also spend time changing his tire, painting his house, no? But better he does some surgeries, people are dying, no? No, communism, everybody should do himself all the works. But why don't you do the most beneficial work? If person can benefit others, why not save his time? Common sense, it's a common sense. You think these big leaders, politicians, they have time. You think what is that, Biden washing his own clothes and cooking himself, Putin, they don't even drive themselves, you know. They no time. One rich, we were looking one interview with one very rich person. He said, I have no watch. I have no time to look at my watch. I'm busy. He has watch. Let them do. I tell them what to do. They know what is the time to do it. I have no time to pick up my phone because one phone is not enough for me. So I have 6 people around me with phone and I tell them to whom to phone, finish the business. I have no phone, I have no watch, I have no time for both of this. And he's making, what was that? Every second, 35 lakhs. Every second comes 35 lakhs to his account, something like that. No? I just wonder, I didn't see the rest of the video when he says, I have no time for my wife, for my children, for my... No? That's what it is, most probably. So what do you speak about Brahmanas, who are guiding people how to stop repeated birth and death? They should be served. King provides grains, clothes is given in charity, cows are given in charity, land is given in charity, even wife is given in charity. Maid servants are given in charity. Everything is given to them. And you can give to them because they are not going to misuse, they are not going to become puffed up. Somebody asked, what is this, all our sannyasis in ISKCON, they have the latest gadgets and they have the best computers and the best tablets and the best earphones and the best whatever. No? They are sannyasis, they should not use this. I know why you are grihastha, you can use it. They are sannyasis, they should only use it because they now will become victim of these things. They will not become victims of gadgets, they will not misuse them. They are only using them in Krishna service. They are only one who should be given these things. No, they are the right ones to use it, because they will use it in Krishna service. So these brahmanas are so important. If Vedas are not preserved, we are lost. There is darkness in material world. So therefore we support. Same thing, why we give donation to sadhus? Let him not work, let him not waste time maintaining body, let him do something beneficial for others. Because this is sadhu. One who does, whatever he does is good for others and himself. And for everyone, all universe is benefited. So this is, and here is the warning, no? Alpa medasa. We know from Gita the word is familiar, no? Purushasya alpa medasa. Less intelligent if you neglect the brahmana. Ego, arrogance, all this, you know. And sometimes brahmanas have character also, no? Vishwamitra, Durvasa, but still they are treated respectfully, correct? Still you have to tolerate. The host has to tolerate, no? And Kunti Maharani got such a blessing by tolerating Durvasa, correct? Many instances in Mahabharata, many places is explained when they tolerate, they were tested by the Guru, they were tested by the Rishi, and they pleased him, they tolerated, and then he given them transcendental knowledge, he given them boons, whether material or spiritual, doesn't matter, but principle is the same. No? So here, this is discussed here. And now, this is also not referring only to brahmanas, but for grihastas, any guest should be treated properly. In Mahabharata, we know that in the battlefield of Kurukshetra, or Jarasandha's fight with Bhima, and Arjuna and Krishna were also there. Daytime they were fighting, nighttime they were in Jarasandha's house, you know, the best rooms, the best food, the best clothes, and he was there pleasingly speaking to them. Shall I provide more food? Are you comfortable? And they were discussing, oh, Bhima, yesterday was a good fight, but tomorrow I'll finish you off. But there was no anger. They were laughing. They were discussing different things, you know, they were very much treated as a, you know, that how you treat a guest. Even if enemy comes to your house, he should feel so comfortable that he forgets that he's your enemy. Wow. No? Of course, there are rules also in Shastra that guests should not stay too long and exploit, correct? 3 days. So they should also have sense that when they see that there is a burden, there is householder, cannot earn money, cannot take care of his own family, then everything collapses. So that's also misuse in many ways. So common sense prevails. So again, Upanishads, same Krishna Yajurveda, Taittiriya Upanishad says, Atiti Devo Bhava. Let the guest be treated as the Lord. Atiti Devo Bhava. No? We came last time to another ISKCON temple. We went to another city looking for some materials for construction, and we just say, oh, temple is nearby, let's have a darshan. Correct. So we came there, and the temple president said, oh, now you came, 1:30, but you didn't inform me on time. How can I provide prasadam now? I say, relax, Baba, we came for darshan, you know. Atiti Deva Bhava. Baba, I am treated like Asura, you know, some, you know, Hiranyakashipu or somebody, you know, what's your problem, and who is asking you for, you know? He was so upset. You should call before you come. Well, you know, we don't expect. We didn't come for lunch. We came for darshan. We are going. Don't worry. You know. Then no, you sit now, take prasadam. I'm so upset, shout, bring something. Anything is there. What's left? Give some. Okay, bring. So he was so upset. And then none of us wanted to eat, you know. You know, you feel already, you know, you're going to ruin your digestion by this. It's just not nice the way he treats you, you know. But Vedic culture is not like that. The Mukunda Datta told us a story. What happened in Rajasthan. Some American guests came to Jaipur, and you know, going for shopping, seeing the sights around and this and that. So they want to go for lunch. So they went to Google, no? You Google, where is the best restaurant? So they wanted some natural, vegetarian, authentic Rajasthani food. So, Google showed them this is the restaurant. So they click on it, they sat in the car, and GPS took them here and there, here and there. GPS sometimes does this thing, doesn't show you the real road. You have experience, everyone is laughing. Everybody gets stuck at least once in life by the bogus GPS, correct? So the car took them out of the Jaipur, and some small, what is this, like a small town. At the entrance of the town, they saw, okay, that is the place, the location you have reached. They're looking left, looking right. There's one house with extended roof as a terrace, and there's something like benches there, So that, that looks very authentic, natural, and this restaurant says purely natural, So they sat there. So they're waiting 10 minutes, nobody is coming, So waiting around. So maybe we came early, maybe these people in India take lunch a little late, I don't know what's happening. So suddenly one man came. He understood this a foreigner, so he spoke some broken English. So, what can I do for you? I mean, what do you want? All right. So we want. What do you have? Maybe some rice and dal and some sabji and everything vegetarian. 2 plates and maybe some traditional drink we saw in the menu of that restaurant. It was buttermilk. There was some, what is it called? Nice chapati and like that. So they order. So men look at them. Say, okay. So we went inside, and in 20 minutes he started bringing out one sabji, second sabji, and one chapati, and second one, and thick one, and thin one, and paratha, and he fed them very nicely, And they were, wow, what a taste, wow. And then wife came out to start giving this pickle, and this namkeen, that namkeen, they know how to cook, they know how to eat, So this couple was in bliss, So at the end of everything, say, oh, thank you very much. So how much we have to pay? Why you have to pay? No, but this is restaurant. No, sir. No, it's my house. They miss restaurant. They came in ordinary man's house, and they were treated so nicely. Man didn't say one word. He given all lunch and served them nicely, And that was not a restaurant. And men refused. No, this is my house. You are my guest. And what he said, the man say, Atiti Devo Bhava. We treat uninvited guests as God. And this man wrote in the article, Atiti Devo Bhava, he learned the Sanskrit shloka, that this is India, this is the culture, this is the Vedas, this is how to be treated. No? So don't mind next time when somebody knocks on your door, big smile, Atiti Devo Bhava, please come. Because it's opportunity to get tremendous punya. It's an opportunity to get tremendous benefit by serving devotees, guru, brahmanas, sadhus. Tremendous punya is accumulated. So don't miss it. Don't miss when opportunity comes. You are getting crore. Somebody is coming, giving you 1 crore. Sir, I have 10 crores for you in the bag. Why you are knocking now? Now is afternoon rest. Why you are disturbing? Will you do like that? Because we are not aware of punya we are getting by serving atiti, uninvited guests, or even announced guests, or any guest, and what to speak of pure devotees, Vaishnavas. We are not aware of how much punya we are getting. Therefore we are this grudging mood. This fellow is, mother-in-law is coming. Oh. No? So that is the message that we should learn. Okay, we have to push on. Next shloka. Tisuratri yat avastir griheme nashno brahmanan itihir namasya namastestu brahman swastimestu tasmat prati trinvaranva vrinishva. Now Yamaraj speaks. Yama said, because you have dwelt in my house for 3 nights without eating, O Brahmana, and are a guest worthy of honor, I offer my obeisances to you. Let all good fortune be mine. Very interesting. Swasti mestu. He is asking for blessing from the boy. He's a Brahmana. Yamaraj is saying, Swasti mestu. Not, let it, I give him blessing to you. No, he says that 3 days you didn't eat in my house. Namaste, I offer pranam to you. Swasti mestu. You please bless me. Let the good thing happen to me. Swasti mestu means that something good should happen to me. You should not be like that fire burning all my punya. No? I offer my obeisance, let all good fortune be mine. On that account, Kaṭha asked 3 boons of me. But because he is powerful controller, he is Devata, he said, I'll give you 3 boons for that. So I may get good fortune. Very interesting the way the Yamaraj speaks, with great respect. No? No? Oh, you didn't eat in my house, huh? We are not good enough for you, huh? No, that also happens in life. You had experience. I had. So it's like this, that. So now another in Ramanuja's line commentary says that the Yamaraj, who knows? You can't say he knows everything like Vishnu, but he is controller of the universe. Definitely he knows our past and present and the future. He knows a lot. So by seeing Nachiketa, he said, although you have no desire for boons, you didn't ask me boons, please you accept it for my benefit, so I may get, some good thing will happen to me, my punya will not get exhausted. So this is the intention, this is Ramanuja's commentary here, somebody from Ramanuja's line, whether Ramanujacharya himself or other acharyas, because they give in the commentaries of Ramanuja himself, then Ranga Ramanuja and other also prominent acharya, they mention somewhere, some points they quote. So although you have no desire for the boons, I'm asking you, please accept 3 boons. So for my benefit, that swastimastu, that something good will happen to me. No? It's very amazing. No, you see how much, hey, Guru Bhagwan, who is there? My notes disappear. Anybody can help? All the notes disappear. Can you show me where it is? All right. So, we'll read the next shloka. So now Nachiketa is asking for his first boon. This is shloka 10. Shanta sankalpa sumana yatha syad vita manyur Gautamo ma bhimrityo tvatprashrita ma bivadet pratita etat trayanam pratamam varam vrine. So now Nachiketa is asking for the boon. Yeah, can you open this file? Nachiketa said that, okay, you want to give me a boon, let my father, Gautama, Vajrasravasa, be completely calm. Shanta Sankalpa, look at the word, Shanta Sankalpa, because he was in anxiety, free from anxiety and from wrath, or that personified. And when I'm sent home by you, let him greet me, knowing well who am I. Let this be the first of the 3 boons. So now his father was in anxiety. His father was lamenting, oh, what will the boy do? I send him to Yamaraj. Basically, I killed my own son. In Mahabharata, you can see, he dropped dead. He just dropped dead in front of the father. Okay, let's see, where is that? I can just show you what Mahabharata says. Okay. Again, here you can notice the Vajrasravana Rishi is called also Gautama and is also known as Udalaki. All these names refers to the dynasty, refers to the predecessors, refers to the line he comes from. So here, this is again cursed in Mahabharata. Rishi Udalaki of great ascetic merit in sudden anger cursed his son, saying, meet with Yama today. Thus struck by his father with the thunder of his speech, the son with joy has said, be pleased with me. Soon, however, dropped down on the earth dead. Then seeing Nachiketa prostrated upon the earth, his father becomes senseless with grief. He too exclaimed, alas, what have I done? And he also dropped down on earth. He didn't die, but he fainted. So he was crying for his son. And then Nachiketa O son of Kurudes, drenched by the tears of his father, shows signs of returning life as he lay on the mat of Kusha grass. His reigning of life under the tears of his father assembled the sprouting forth of seed when drenched with good showers. The son, just restored to life, was still weak. His body was smeared with sand and looked like one just awaking from a deep sleep. The Rishi asked him, saying, Have you, O son, acquired auspicious regions by your own deeds? By good luck you have been restored to me. Nahite manusha vapu. You see here? Nahite manusha. Your body does not seem to be human. So you don't go in gross body to Yamaraj, you go in subtle body to Yamaraj. So he came back to life. Everything happened in few seconds. All the story, all the talks with Yamaraj happened on subtle platform in the subtle body, which time is very, very short. Here time is, it takes time. For me to tell one sentence takes time. But what happened to Nachiketa, everything was in that sentence, all Kaṭha Upaniṣad was spoken. Because in mind, in mind. How much time takes physically to go from here to Vrindavan? Well, the fastest train is 38 hours. Slowest one, 44 hours. Correct? But in mind, I'm just at the gate of Krishna Balaram temple. Already there in a second. No? The timings are different in subtle bodies. So just to give you a little hint how it happened, no? And then, then asked by his great father, Nachiketa, who had seen everything with his own eyes, answered us in midst of rishis. No? So now he say, in obedience to your command, I proceeded to vast regions of Yama, which is possessed of charming effulgence. There I saw palatial mansions with extents for thousands of yojanas and emitted a golden splendor on every part. You see, he is narrating how the Yamaraj's palace looks like. No? And then he goes on narrating whatever they were discussing and whatever he's seen. No? Everything happened in few moments, few minutes. How long he was there. No? So this is amazing. So just to give us the hint what's happening. No? So this is the first blessing. That my father is in great anxiety over me. Let him be Shanta Sankalpa. Let him become peaceful. No? Let him become peaceful. And when I send home, let him greet me knowing well who I am. Because after dying, boy didn't know in what form, what I will come. He will know me, he will not know me. No? Am I taking birth as somebody else? But this is special blessing of Yamaraj. He came back as Nachiketa and father recognized him and became peaceful. No? So this is very extraordinary story. It's not, no? So this is first of three boons that okay. Okay, let's read next shloka. So now Yamaraj answers. Yata purastad bhavita pratita audalaraki arunir mat prasishta sukham ratri shaita vitamanyu tvam darshivan mrityu mukhat pramuktam. Now this is, you see, the Upanishads, they use these words. Anyway, Sanskrit language is like this. The words are very descriptive, very, very appealing. They can describe the situation very precisely. Mat pratrishta. But my prasrishta, by my mercy, this will all happen. Yama assured Nachiketa. Your father, by my mercy, Udalaka, Aruni, Vajasravasa. These are all names for the Gautama, for the father of Nachiketa. And you can see now Udalaka was mentioned in Mahabharata also. Will be just as before and will greet you affectionately when I send you home. He will sleep well at night and will be free from anger towards you, seeing you released from the jaws of death. Look at this blessing, no? So really, Yamaraj was pleased with Nachiketa, obviously. Obviously, he took seriously this offense of offending Brahmana, and whatever father planned, it worked. He saved the boy. But there is a little more to that, as we will see later. So here, Audalakir, Arunir, Audalaka, Mat Prasrishta. By my mercy, it will happen. Sukharatri Shaita. Peacefully he will sleep. Because when you do sin, you cannot sleep peacefully. Sometimes you think whether I did right or I did wrong. It's very simple. Did you sleep well that night? No, you did wrong. Of course, this is really, very oversimplification of the practice of Dharma. But it happens. You know, when you did something wrong, the Paramatma will do a little itching from inside. You'll feel guilt. So like that. So he said, Sukham Ratri Shaita, peacefully he will sleep. Vita Manu, anger. He'll be free from anger. He'll not be angry at you. Because he was angry at the boy. No? What are these cows, Pitaji? To whom you will give? Better you give me. To whom you will give me? So I don't want to give you. You're my son. No, you give me. To which priest you will give me? Don't speak like that. No? No. To which priest you will give me? I'll give you to that. He was angry at the boy, no? Why you are complaining? What do? I have only these cows, Why you are now pinching me? You small boy, you are commenting on me, It's difficult for man who has knowledge and ego, knowledge, so-called knowledge, to control the anger, to be instructed by son. I remember when I read Gita, my father was a little upset. He is a communist background. He believes there is no God and everything, whatever we do is by these hands. You have to provide your food, maintain yourself and live life. So when I read Gita, we went into argument, no? And Gita's argument and my father's argument, this is like you have that elephant and the ant. What will ant do in front of elephant? This Vedic knowledge is for thousands of years, discussed and elaborated and, is so clear and it's transcendental. So I put forward few shlokas from Gita in argument. He was very upset and finally said, now the chick will teach chicken how to give eggs. Because I'm elder, I know better. That's what he said. But that's not true because you're elder and you did not understand Gita, you wasted your human form of life, basically. That's what it happened, no? He was very upset. Then he told me, either you or this book, one of these two has to leave the house. So I left him Gita home. Gita is still home. What to do? He was so upset. Either you or Gita. I said, better I leave Gita home, at least he will read, get benefit, no? So that is what happened. All right. So here, this is the blessing, straightforward, just blessing of the blessing of the Yamaraj immediately granted, firstborn. Okay, better we read another shloka. Now listen this. Svarga loke na bhayam kinchinasti na tatratvam na jaraya bhiveti ube tirtva shanaya apipase shokatigo modate svarga loke. Now, Nachiketa says, he's saying like this. In the Svarga loka, in the abode of Lord Vishnu, you do not dwell there. You do not dwell there means there is no death. Okay. Now we know Svarga loka, there is death. So there is a catch to this sloka. Now, nor is there any anxiety, nor fear of old age and death. Having transcended both hunger and thirst, being free from lamentation, one enjoys spiritual bliss in that divine region. Now, Nachiketa is giving introduction to his next boon. He's preparing the ground, explaining that he used the word Svargaloka, but obviously he's describing something higher than Svargaloka, no? Because we will see that Madhvas immediately say, this Svargaloka here refers to Vaikuntha, does not refer to Svargaloka, because Svargaloka, Abrahma, Bhuvana Loka, Punaravartino Jula. Even Brahma has to die, even that planet is destroyed. Svargaloka is lower than Brahma Loka, that also will be destroyed. Though the life is better, there is no suffering, there is no anxiety, there is no lamentation, only pious people live in Svargaloka, there is no thieves, there is nobody to put you in tension, almost, apart from asuras coming there and disturbing a little bit. But among the people, they're very pious, they're very pleasant dealings. Even mother-in-law is smiling all the time upon you. So it must be Svargaloka. So that, I don't know, this is what I heard, what do I know? I don't know these things. So, this is now, he's giving an introduction that, so immediately Madhva's commentaries, all the Madhva's commentators say, this Svargaloka is Vaikuntha Loka, it's very clear. Why? Because Yamaraj is not there. Yamaraj has his abode in Svargaloka also. He has abode on the top of the Sumeru. He has his abode in Pitriloka, below. Maybe his assistant, Aryama, lives there. But point is that he has no abode in Vaikuntha Loka. Okay? So that is the place. So what he say? Natatratvam. You are not there. So that they cannot refer to this material realm. This refers to eternal. Najaraya viveti, nobody is afraid of old age, but nobody is afraid of death. There is no death. That means transcendental abode. No. And there will be big discussion later on this Svargaloka, because many commentators, they get stuck. No, this is this Svargaloka. No? But you will see how it unfolds. I will not speak in advance. Okay. So now Madhva's explained. Even if you are stubborn and still you claim that this Svargaloka is that Svargaloka, fine, that may refer to both worlds, because when you do the punya, and you will see, particularly yagyas and worship of Vishnu, first you go to Svargaloka for one manvantara, and then from there you go to Vaikuntha. So Madhva says, Nachiketa is glorifying both of these abodes in one word. So there is no contradiction. Even if you say Svargaloka, yeah, because from Svargaloka, devotees, they go to Vaikuntha. So this is very interesting commentary here. Okay, so okay, let us read the further. So now, here is the second boon Nachiketa asks. Sattvam agnim svargyam adyeshti mrityo prabhuritvam shadadhanaya mayam svargaloka amritatvam bhajanta etadvitiyena vrinevarena. Now this is my second boon I wish you grant me. O personification of death, you know better than any. Lord Hari's manifestation as the sacred fire which is meant for attaining liberation, amritatvam. Please describe to me that fire sacrifice which the residents of Svarga planetary system worship, thereby attaining immortality. This is the second boon that I choose. Now this is very interesting. Sattvam agnim svargam adyeshti mrityo. You know that Agni, you know that sacrifice, or you know that Agni as a person, adyeshti mrityo, by which I will achieve immortality. No? So now you see immediately Madhva's commentary. This Agni here is Vishnu's form. This is not material Agni, because material Agni cannot give you moksha. Mukti pradata sarvasya Vishnu reva na samshaya. There is no way that Agni can give moksha. So here he said, and what is his destination? What he desires? He desires that attaining immortality. Amritatvam. Amritatvam. Amritatvam means immortality, that you do not die. No? So that is not Svargaloka. Abrahma Punaravarti, already we discussed. No? So this is the hinted here. Yeah, this also, particularly we know from Brihad Bhagavatamrita, Sanatana Goswami described, if you remember the planetary systems, there are 7 higher and 7 lower planetary systems. Of course, the earth is in the middle. So according to this is a karma bhumi. In this earth, we perform karmas, we perform activities which give good or bad result. Okay. So if you perform activities, certain activities you may finish in lower planetary system. Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Talatala, Rasatala, Mahatala, and if you mess it up, Patala, if you mess it up, you go to hell, which is even below, Naraka Lokas. No? And if you do the punya, you go higher planetary system. So we heard Bhur Bhuva Swa, correct? Bhur means Bhuloka, planet Earth. Bhuvar, this is Antariksha, place where the sun travels. And then Swa, Svargaloka. Now these Svargalokas also include, if you zoom in, there are more planets there. Above Svargaloka there is Maharloka, which is also can be called Svargaloka, heavenly planet, but is higher than even Svarga of Indra. These are Svargaloka is place of Indra and all devatas, where is enjoyment, where is no anxiety, but that is there still. No? Kshene punya martya lokam vishanti, we were discussing another day. When your punya is exhausted, you have to come down on the earth and again accumulate punya. But on Mahaloka, then Janaloka, Tapaloka, Janaloka and Satyaloka, Brahmaloka. These 4 are above Svargaloka also. Though they are called Svarga also, in one sense. They are heavenly planets, but particularly Mahar, Jana, Tapa and Satya are meant for self-realization. Swarga is meant more kind of for enjoyment. Those who are smart, they practice self-realization there also. But in Mahaloka, great Prajapatis and Rishis, Brihaspati and others, they do yagya all day. They do yagya by which Lord is pleased. And Lord appears out of the yagya kunda and accepts their offering personally. This is happening in Mahaloka. So he is asking, describe me that, tattva agni swargya madhyashtamritya, that type of yagya, which they do in Swarga to attain immortality. That is another interpretation of the shloka. Because Sanskrit is like this, no? I don't know. Krishna Priya. What is the meaning? One meaning is one who is dear to Krishna. But Krishna Priya means also Krishna who is very dear. Correct? So Sanskrit is like this. In expression gives you many abilities to express yourself in amazing ways. But that also sometimes if you don't follow acharyas, if you don't follow Guru Parampara, you may go on speculating what it means. So many commentators stuck here. This is Swarga of material, this is Swarga of material world. No? So acharyas immediately quote so many instances explaining, no, this is Swarga, Vaikuntha. This is not Swarga of the material world. Okay? So, and in Ramanuja's line, immediately they say same thing like Madhvas. This Swarga is Vaikuntha. And this, what he is asking, Amritatvam. Amritatvam means you have to go to Vaikuntha. And immediately they quote Chandogya Upaniṣad. In Ranga Ramanuja Acharya he quotes, Evam evishasa samprasado smaj charirat samuddhaya param jyoti rupa sampadya. They like very much to hear Mayavad is this jyoti rupa. Okay? And then, but look at this one. Look at the killer of Mayavad. Svena rupena binishpadyate sautama purusha satatra prayeti jakshankridan ramamanaha. Oh, this is killer of the Mayavad, killer of impersonalist. No? Param jyoti rupa. That, okay, let me read. The jiva, upon attaining liberation, elevates himself out of these gross and subtle material bodies, and shining with transcendental brilliance, obtains his own supramundane spiritual form. Svena rupena, his own form. Soul has his own form. Soul has a form, spiritual form. It's not without form. No? Such liberated soul is best among men, Sautama Purusha. He relishes his presence in spiritual realm, enjoying transcendental activities and absorbing himself in divine bliss. Satatra prayeti jakshan kridan ramamana. Is finding pleasure, kridan, in different activities. After moksha there is a person, soul is a person, remains full of activities and experiencing pleasure. This is what Chandogya Upanishad says. No? We know from Bhagavata, mukti hitvanyata rupam swarupena vyavastiti. Same thing. Mukti, liberation is hitva. Hitva means to give up. Anyata, other, rupam, forms. Give up other forms. What are other forms? Stula sharira, sukshma sharira. Gross and subtle, what do you give up? Swarupena vyavastiti. And be situated, established in your swarupa, in your spiritual form. This is what is moksha. So this is what, therefore they say, this is Vaikuntha, there is no way. Amritatvam, how you be eternal? Eternal only in the spiritual body. Any other body, subtle or gross, has end. Going to collapse down is temporary. So there is no question that this Swarga Loka refers to the anything material. Okay, let's go a little more. Just wanted to finish a few more shlokas. Okay, next. Now the Yamaraj is replying. Prate bravimi tadumeni bhoda swargyam agnim nachiketa prajanan ananta lokaptim ato pratishtam viditvam etam nihitam guhayam. Now here Yamaraj confirms that Swarga Loka is not this Swarga Loka of material world. How is that? Prate bravimi tadumeni bhoda. Yama said, O Nachiketa, I am conversant with the sacred fire that can award salvation and will describe him to you. Know him to be the means to enter the ultimate abode of Vishnu. Ananta Loka Ptim. Ananta Loka Ptim. Means of going to the Ananta Lokas. Eternal abodes. No? Ato Pratishtan, the support of the universe. Who is that? Not Agni, material demigod Agni. No, that is only Vishnu, Pratishta. No? And he who resides in the hearts of all creatures, Nihitam Guhayam. Who is that? Vishnu. Nihitam Guhayam, Paramatma is described in so many places in Shastra. And never Agni, never Indra, never Vayu, never any Devata described Nihitam Guhayam, hidden in your heart. Who is that? Paramatma. So they quote many shlokas for that. And also, Agni refers to Vishnu here because the Agni, actually Sanskrit meaning of word Agni, is the leader of all. So this is one of the Vishnu's names. All Devatas are actually Vishnu's names. Indra is also Vishnu's name. Bhagavan, even Deva, when you say Deva, that's also Krishna's name. Deva, 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 the Lord of the Lords, the God of the gods. Adi Deva, Aham Adirhi Devanam. I'm source of all Devatas. No? Narayana Brahma Jayate, Narayana Ekadash Rudra Prajayate, Narayana Dvadashatitya Prajayate, Narayana, how it goes? Prajapati Prajayate. Everything is born from Narayan. Who is Supreme Lord? Janmadyasya. Everything is born from him. Adideva. Aham Adirhi Devanam. All Devatas I created, Lord says. Krishna says. Vishnu says. Narayan says. Aham Adirhi Devanam. So his name, Adideva, the original Lord. So that Agni here, it's Vishnu. Okay, and immediately the quotes are there. Agni Adi Rupi Vishnur. Hivedadau Brahma Giyate. Tat Padam Paramam Vishnu Devasya Savitu Smritam. This is Jiva Goswami quotes in Sandarbhas. The Vedas declare that Lord Vishnu is Supreme Lord. He is the father, origin of Agni, Agni Adi Rupa, and all the demigods. Brahman or light is also called the supreme abode of Vishnu. They are discussing that Brahma Jyoti. Here in material world, if sun doesn't come, we are gone, man. We are finished, Life is stopped, dead. Everything will die. But in spiritual, not the Bhasa Surya. Why? Because it's self-illuminating, self-effulgent. No? Therefore it's called Jyoti, Jyoti Rupana, Brahma Jyoti. Brahma Loka also is called Brahma Loka. Sometimes spiritual world is called Satya Loka, because it's eternal planet. So all these things confuses people who are not hearing from Guru Parampara, who are not hearing from Acharyas. They get confused and then they go on speculating. Why you say this is Vishnu? And Shastra says, Agni Adi Rupi Vishnu. Where is the contradiction? No? Guru Maharaj was distributing books. I think that was in Hyderabad when he was younger. Now also he's distributing books. But that time he was like full-time traveling, distributing books. And he was preaching to one gentleman who was Shaivaist, that to purchase Bhagavad Gita. And he, no, I know who is supreme, I don't need Gita. They were arguing. Some or other, the shloka was open. Yagyartha karmanyonatra lokoyam karma bandhana. That this man was pushing. I'll do my yagyas and, you do your bhakti, And Maharaj said, yagya means Vishnu. Yagya artha karmanyonatra lokoyam karma bandhana. Yagya means Vishnu, that everything should be done as a sacrifice for Vishnu. No, this is your interpretation, this is not correct. He didn't accept that Yagya means Vishnu. Because shloka doesn't say Vishnu. He says, Yagya artha karmanyonatra lokoyam karma bandhana. Otherwise, karma will bind you if you don't offer as a sacrifice. But why you say to Vishnu? Where is say to Vishnu? Where is say to Vishnu? So they argue so much. So the man was so upset. He said, I'll show you Shankara's commentary. So he went to his house from cupboard, took the Gita with Shankara Bhashya, opened, and that shloka, first quote from Shankaracharya is, Yagyo ai Vishnuhu. Yagya means Vishnu by Shankaracharya. Close the book, purchase Gita. Yeah? Because Shastra says, it's not we are Vaishnavas, so we are pushing this is Vishnu. The truth is that this refers to Vishnu. Yagya, why Vishnu? Who? Veda says Vishnu says, I am the yagya, I eat yagya. No? Bhaktaram yagya tapasam sara lokamaheswaram, sugriram sara bhutaram, gyatva mam shantarichati. No? So it's not that we are pushing, because we are Vaishnavas, we push Vishnu is supreme. Because Vishnu is supreme, we are Vaishnavas. That is the proper understanding. So anyway, the shlokas are quoted. And also, immediately Ranga Ramanuja says that later on, in the same Kaṭha Upaniṣad, the Yamaraj will speak, Tad Vishnu Paramam Padam. It comes in Kaṭha Upaniṣad. So he says very clear that this moksha, amrita, swarga loka is Vaikuntha loka. It's hinted by Yamaraj himself later on. So he said, wait and see. You will see it comes. Vishnu Paramam Padam. So it's very clear what is the destination. Okay, let's cover another shloka. Then Yamaraja explains this. He asked him about that. Tell me that yagya by which I can achieve immortality, Vaikuntha. So now the Yamaraj speaks. Lokadim agnim tam uvacha tasmai yaishtaka yavatirva yatava sachapitat pratyavadat yatoktam atasya mrityu punar eva tushta. Yama described Lord Vishnu, the origin of the world, who is manifest as fire, and the number of bricks used to build the kunda upon which the sacred fire is kindled. Nachiketa exactly repeated what he was told, and Yama, being pleased with him, spoke again. Now you see, Yamaraj immediately started teaching about Loka Adim Agnim. Loka Adim Agnim. And he started teaching him also the number of bricks for yagya. Now this is something is unknown to today's people, or very few brahmanas, agnihotras, they know this. In Vedic tradition, the yagyas are means of achieving everything, from moksha to any material thing. Because devatas are worshipped and Vishnu is worshipped. Ultimately, the ultimate enjoyer of sacrifice is Vishnu. But sometimes through karmakanda sacrifices, indirectly, he is addressed through the devatas. But the yagya was the chief means of achieving anything, material or spiritual. And everybody was doing grihastas, that is duty of grihastas to do yagyas. Therefore, 90% of Vedas deals with this karmakanda portion of the Vedas, giving material rewards. If you want son, you do this yagya, do this tapas, do this vrata, worship this devata, like that. You want to daughter, you want to wealth, you want fame, you want to conquer your enemy. Every single thing is listed. Whatever you can imagine is listed. And according to that, what is your goal? What is your vrata? What do you want to please? Whom you want to please? What do you want to achieve? The yagya kunda is built. The yagya kunda of different sizes, different capacities, different purposes are listed. I'll just show you a little bit of this. Loka Adi Agnim. So here again, before we start explaining about yagyas, Loka Adim Agni, Loka Adim, origins of all worlds, origin of everyone. Who is that? Who is that Agni who creates everyone? Narayan, Vishnu. From Vishnu everyone is born. Narayana, from whom all living entities emanates. That is Lord Vishnu. No, Loka Adim Agnim. Again, Acharyas immediately, you see, this is Vishnu, not ordinary Agni. No? So then many quotes are there to substantiate. For example, Ekovai Narayana Asin, when Narayan was there, na Brahma was not there, Brahma was not yet created, na Ishana, Shiva was there, na Apnagni, Agni was not there, Soma was not there, Name Dyav Apritvi, the earth was not there, Prithvi was not there, na Nakshatrani, no stars were there, na Surya. No Surya was there when Narayan was there. No? This is again Upanishads. Again same Vedas. You see, Acharyas here, for commenting Upanishad, they mostly quote Upanishads. So, Ekovai Narayana, see, na Brahma, na Ishana, na Panagni, Soma, Neme, Dhyaya, Aprithvi, na Nakshatrani, na Suryaha. So again establish it, that Loka Adiva, the source of all Devata, source of everything, source of all planets, is Narayan. So this Loka Adim Agni, it can refer only to Narayana. Okay. Then Madhvas they explain in the worship of Vishnu, bricks are used, 360 bricks. He gives the number of bricks. Because Yamaraj is giving the number of bricks, Madhvas immediately explained, this is the Vishnu Puja, bricks number will be 360. Why? Because it's big science. It's a big science. How many offerings you're going to do? Then the size of kunda is the size of mandapam, everything, size of bricks, how many bricks, what is the height, what is the depth, everything. Then according to the what you want to achieve, the kunda is given. Okay, here is the list. I'll give you some idea. Vritakar kunda, circular, for peace. Peace means eternal peace. Okay, this is for peace. There is no peace in material world. Okay, what Krishna says, Bhaktaranga Gatapasa Saram Lokamaheshwaram Sukhriram Sarabhutaram Gyatvamam Shanti Mrichati. If you want to be peaceful, you must be devotee of the Lord, accept Vishnu is supreme, serve him, surrender to him, and then Shanti comes. So this is eternal benefit for peace, circular. Adhichadrakar, semicircular, vulvar shape. Vulvar shape, what do you think what is for? To get some progeny. Trigonal shape, to win over enemies, to induce health. Lotus shape, wealth, positive outcome, for rain. Square shape, for everything. We are usually doing square shape for the dikshas, you can see. Though the stand is like a kurma rupa looking, but the pit which holds the fire, that is squarish. So mostly people use square because it's really meant for everything. Pentagonal is there. Hexagonal, heptagonal, octagonal. I'll show you some photos so you get some idea. All right, here is for Vishnu's pleasure. 360 bricks used. Okay? Then you have this in the form of Garuda. Numbers are given, how many offerings you're going to do, this many size of the kunda, this much space should be occupied. Look how it looks like when they build it. See that? You see Yagya Kunda here, the head of the Garuda. See that? And different shapes for different purposes, no? Hexagonal, pentagonal, octagonal. Look at this. Another pentagonal, you see that? So there is a big science which is lost today. Hardly few people know about that. Few Agnihotris are there and everything is lost. Anyway, just to give you some idea why they are discussing the number of bricks. Because that hints it's Vishnu Puja. Again, everything is to establish this Agni is Vishnu, and this is what he given him, the Acharya has given. No? So the shape of Yagya Kunda is based on purpose of Yagya, and size is the size based on total offerings given, and the number of offerings depending on your spiritual penance, spiritual aspiration. What do you want to achieve? So, and this then immediately Purohit will know. Okay, we'll make this kunda this much big, this much. These shapes, sometimes the multiple kundas are made for different purposes, like that. Okay, let 9 o'clock. All right. Oh, we are a little slow. Okay, so anyway, we will continue tomorrow with Shloka 16, and hopefully tomorrow we'll finish the first valley of the first adhyaya, like that, Yeah, we cover 15 shlokas. Okay, we are a little slow, but I think it was required a little bit of discussion. Okay, I'll stop here. Thank you very much. Very kind. I appreciate your attention and your very pleasant people to discuss with. Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna.